Welcome to my views and news, continuing our coverage of the ongoing conflict within the Orthodox Church. We have Ethiopian Orthodox Church. We have some news story for you. Firstly, statements from the Patriarch Abune Estatheos and Archbishop from the other side, Abune Estatheos. Both spoke and some key points were raised by the two Abune Estatheos and Abune Estatheos. Secondly, Yabalo, Oromia, where we saw a protest in support of Abune Estatheos-led Orthodox Church against Abune Estatheos-led faction. Protest was held. I shared the pictures of the protest with you around 48 hours ago. Now arrests have been made there in Yabalo. The priests involved in the protest have been arrested. And lastly, Getachew from Tigray addressed a gathering a few hours ago. There he raised some questions, some problems being faced by the people of Tigray were highlighted by Getachew Reda. Details for you. Firstly, viewers, the two sides are speaking, one led by Abune Estatheos and the other led by three splinter group archbishops. Today a meeting was held and Abune Petros accused the government of supporting the breakaway Oromo faction. Abune Petros urged the government to ensure that canonical law is respected and it is implemented. Then Abune Estatheos, the Patriarch, spoke. He said that politics damaged the country a lot. Ethnicity as well. Ethnicity is a killer for the church. Only institution which is binding Ethiopians together is church, Orthodox Church. And now this institution is being broken by some people. He did not name anyone. But he said that there are forces which are trying to destroy the unity of Ethiopians by destroying Orthodox Church unity. Then, before Abune Estatheos, Abune Estatheos, who is one of the three archbishops who made appointments, spoke. Abune Estatheos said that the other side, the Patriarch and the Holy Synod, did not curse just the three archbishops, but they cursed the believers in Oromia. He said that they should not be allowed to enter our lands. He said, we will fight, we'll continue our fight. We are fighting for the rights of our people. So you see that both sides are adamant to their stance. Abune Estatheos said that if the other side apologized, their group was ready to reconcile. And we heard the same from Abune Petros. He said that if the breakaway faction apologized, the Holy Synod, the Patriarch would be ready for reconciliation. So both are revoking each other's titles, both are demanding apologies, both are ready for reconciliation. It means both are sticking to their positions, no signs of any softening of the stance of the two sides. Patriarch and Abune Petros statements will lead to pressure upon Ethiopian federal government of PM Abiy. No doubt about that, because internationally they are getting support. And within Ethiopia, well, they have large following. Government's role is mysterious. In the next video in the morning, I'll try to analyze government's role. What is going to be the end game in this conflict? What does the government, what does the PM want? How do they want this conflict to end? In tomorrow's video. Abune Estatheos' one point is alarming. He said, the other side, priests, bishops should not be allowed to enter our land because they want to steal our resources, they want to capture our territories. It means that any appointees from the Orthodox Church led by Abune Estatheos will not be allowed to enter or take charge at the churches. That's very alarming. It could lead to direct confrontation between the followers of the two sides. Overall, situation is rapidly evolving. Orthodox Church led by Abune Estatheos is not showing any flexibility. Other side is gradually announcing its independence. They have not elected a new patriarch, they have not formed new synod, but they could form a new synod if this conflict goes on. Secondly, towards Yabalo, Oromo region of Ethiopia, where around 48 hours ago, a protest was held against Oromo splinter group of the Orthodox Church. The priests there, believers there, displayed banners with writing that they supported the decision of the Holy Synod, that they were against ethnicity in the church. And after that, today, regional security forces in Oromia took action. And at least 3 priests were arrested today in Yabalo who were involved in displaying of the banners. Their names have been shared by Ethiopian Orthodox Church news outlet as well. It means that Oromia security forces are siding with Oromo splinter faction of the Orthodox Church. It's very clear now that they expelled Abune Estatheos from Jimma when Estatheos was planning inauguration of a Jimma church by Abune Estatheos. Then they arrested another priest who apologized to the Holy Synod. He was arrested and he was sent to Addis Ababa. And now this one in Yabalo, these priests have been arrested. Lastly, viewers, Getachew Reda from Tigray addressed a public gathering a few hours ago. He raised some questions. He shared some concerns. He said that Tigray regional government employees were unpaid for more than 2 years. The issue should be solved immediately. Of course, it was a message for Ethiopian federal government. Secondly, he said that Tigray's health research projects had been suspended because of lack of funds. No funds had been allocated the last 2 years. Thirdly, he spoke about fixing of fuel prices in Tigray. And fourthly, very importantly, again, he mentioned the presence of Eritrean military or alleged atrocities and destruction caused by Eritrean military and their allies in Tigray. He said that in Ethiopian Eritrean soldiers and their allies destroyed infrastructure. People's livelihoods had been destroyed in Ethiopian by Eritrean military and their allies. He did not use the word Amhara. He just said that Eritrean soldiers and their allies. So Tigray is obviously in need of financial assistance. Makale University teachers without salary for more than 2 years. Either Rafa hospital doctors without salaries, government employees without salaries. Ethiopian federal government will have to support Tigray financially. The government is already facing shortage of cash. And Tigray would be looking towards diaspora and towards EU and US that they would be supporting. Otherwise, it's difficult for Tigray government to function as a government. And Ethiopian government has not announced any allocation of budget for Tigray so far. I don't think Tigray has received any cash from Ethiopian government, or it has not been made public so far. That is why perhaps Getachew spoke and he raised all these questions that Tigray is in need of cash, in need of money, not just in need of food, which is being delivered by international organizations. Tigray needs money to run its institutions, where thousands are without salaries for more than 2 years.